attorneys, and you see Amber herself.
Okay, guys, we're going live. They're about to reach the verdict with Johnny Depp and Amber
as we
Heard.
get closer and closer, literally 1 minute away from 3 o'clock. Johnny Depp, we have been told by sources close to him, obviously is not going to be here. He's not there now. He is still in the UK after doing a series of surprise performances with Jeff Beck. He is expected to stay there. His team said that he had prior commitments in the UK, and he will be watching the verdict from there. We'll see whether he issues any kind of comment, video statement. We just don't know what we'll hear from him, but we do expect we will hear from his legal team as soon as this is over. And again, our cameras outside of the courtroom on standby, where we have seen crowds growing, supporters, and so forth, as we get ready for this verdict to be read. It is about 3 o'clock.
All right, are we ready for the jury?
Let's go.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. All right. Just for everybody in the gallery, reminder that this is a court of law. And regardless of the verdict, I will not tolerate any outbursts whatsoever. Okay? Thank you.
All right. Woman, please. All right, here comes the jury, guys. Here comes the jury. That's the wrong one. Hey. Three o'clock. Johnny wasn't able to be there, so I don't know what that means.
If I could have the attorney's approach for a moment.
Hey guys, this is the big moment. So the verdict has been reached by the jury. They've come into the courtroom. Like I said, Johnny wasn't able to be there. So I don't know what that means. It doesn't seem real positive, but I'm still, hoping for him, because they haven't proven their case at all. And I think Johnny has proven his. That's just my opinion, and I'm not on the jury, so we'll see what happens. This shouldn't be long, but I'm hoping for him, because boy, I tell you. So we will see.
All right, again, you're looking live in. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what I need you to do, I need to give the forms back to you. When you find for a defamatory statement, one or more, you need to fill out the compensatory damages. It has to be at least $1 for compensatory damages, and up to whatever you feel the damages should be.
At least $1. Okay. What is going on?
You're back to the operation room and do that for me, okay?
This is the TV channel that I'm tuned into.
All right, so we'll be in recess till we hear back from them. Don't go too far, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right.
What just happened?
Well, just as we were telling you, this could wrap up in just about 10 minutes by 3:10, 3:15. Not so fast. There was a little sidebar going on with the attorneys in the front. Apparently, the jurors didn't fill out the damages section. The judge now sending them back to complete this special verdict form, literally like a worksheet that they need to fill out. They didn't put in the damages. Linda, what do you make of that?
Well, Stacey, it means somebody won this case, that somebody won their defamation claims, right? Now, the fact that they didn't fill out the compensatory damages award, I think may bode well for Johnny Depp. The judge said it has to be at least $1. Usually you see if somebody wins, you have to fill out an award. Either that or somehow they both won, which I don't think is likely. But he was the one that didn't ask for damages, if you recall. He said, I'm not seeking damages. She asked for, I think it was $350,000 damages. So it sounds like someone won. It could be Johnny Depp because the jury may have telegraphed it by not filling out an award for damages. But under the law, it at least has to be $1.
Right, so maybe they missed that instruction and just figured out we're not awarding damages, so we're going to leave it blank.
That's right. That's what it could sound like.
Now, in the very unlikely event that they just forgot to do that section and they actually did intend for some kind of damages, we had a question from viewers earlier, which is what happens if there's a verdict, say, against Amber Heard and there's a judgment awarded for Johnny Depp and Amber Heard doesn't have that money, whether it's $50 million, whether it's $20 million, whether it's $10 million. What happens if she doesn't have that money, Linda?
Well, we have that in many civil cases where the person that gets the verdict, they don't have, the defendant doesn't have the money. Right? You could pursue her. It could be a claim that follows her around for the rest of her life. With it gets docketed, it gets logged. She could discharge it in bankruptcy, assuming it's against her. We're making a lot of assumptions. Maybe it's against him and it's $1. Who knows? But the likelihood is that with $1 verdict, the jury may just want to be sending a message for whoever wins. And again, we're assuming it's Johnny Depp, but it also could be Amber Heard because she was seeking damages. Maybe they found for her, but not getting the damages. We just don't know.
Yeah, we just don't know. I mean, this should be relatively quick, I would think, right? For them, if they've already decided on this and it was just an oversight that they didn't put anything in or didn't know that they had to write something. So, they hopefully will be back in a few minutes. As we've been telling our viewers and more are turning in, the verdict has not been read yet. Just to bring everyone up to speed, here's what happened. Right at 3 o'clock on the dot, the judge, she is very punctual. She came into the courtroom. Everyone stood up. She brought in the jury. There was a little sidebar between the attorneys up in front. They were looking and they said, oh, guys, jurors, you didn't fill out the compensatory damages. You didn't fill that part out. There's something here. You have to go back to the jury room and fill this out. And so the jury was sent back out to take care of that, and that's what we're waiting for at this point. Again, Amber Heard, as you can see, is there in the courtroom with her attorneys. Johnny Depp is not here. His team having told us that because of prior commitments in the UK, which we know to be shows, he's playing music with Jeff Beck. He will be watching the verdict from the UK. So who knows? Maybe he's watching our coverage. If so, Johnny, call us. We want to do an interview with you as soon as this is all over. Linda, any final predictions here as we wait for word?
Well, it's very interesting with this possible $1 worth of damages. Now, I have a question here, Stacey. I wonder if the teams know who the verdict was for, because remember, the judge brought them to the bench. They were looking through the verdict form. She obviously had to tell them that there was a verdict in favor of someone, but has to send them back for damages. We can't see the courtroom, so we can't see the body language or what's happening.
That's a good point.
So, that is a good point. I wonder whether they know who's won and who is lost, Stacey.
And if they did perhaps see that, I mean, would that be an issue? Would there be any sort of violation of rules or any ethics issues if they saw it before it was read out publicly in court?
Absolutely. Quite frankly, they have a right to see it and to tell their clients. So no, there's no violation. They have to know when the jury has filled out the forms, and they have to know is there a problem, because the judge has to tell them what she is going to do so they can either lodge an objection or not lodge an objection. And again, could they have just forgotten to fill it out? They may not have known that you just give $1 compensatory damages. Maybe it wasn't in the instructions. Quite frankly, I don't remember seeing it, but we should have one of our legal, fabulous people here that goes through everything with a fine-tooth comb again to see whether there was an instruction about whether or not you had to award a compensatory damage of $1 if somebody wins.
Let me set the scene for those who are just tuning in. You're looking at a picture live outside the Fairfax County Courthouse here, where you see the crowds are growing. If you can hear in the audio behind me, there are helicopters circling up and above, local news helicopters taking pictures of the crowds. It was just, I think, gosh, I'm losing track already, but around 1:30 when we got word that a verdict was going to be read at 3 o'clock. At that point, it was basically just media hanging out outside trying to keep cool. As soon as we found out the verdict was coming, well, quickly, all the media assembled in their spots, and we started to see more and more cars pull up, more and more cars pull up into the parking lot, more fans come outside. Obviously, more people go inside the courtroom. You have to have one of these special wristbands in order to be in the courtroom or the overflow room. And now we see a much bigger crowd, which is probably going to continue to grow over the next few minutes. It's possible, since we now know that Johnny Depp is not coming, that some of the fans who were hoping to catch a glimpse after the verdict was read, they decided to sit it out because they know he's not here. Again, Amber Heard is there inside of the courtroom with her legal team. Unclear whether she'll make any kind of statement afterwards. As you can see in that picture outside the courtroom, there is a live picture. There is a podium, rather, set up with all the microphones. So as soon as the verdict's read and the legal teams come out and the other key players come out, we are going to be getting that reaction to you, those responses to you live. A little bit of behind the scenes info here. Our own Ann Jeanette has just stepped outside, so she's going to join me in just a second to give me the lowdown on what's going on inside, what the timeline is here, when we could see the jury back in the courtroom. But again, if you're just joining us, we were supposed to have the verdict read right at 3 o'clock. The judge did call the jury into the room right at 3 o'clock. Johnny Depp's legal team was there. Amber Heard and her legal team were sitting in there. But they looked at the paperwork, they looked at this special jury form, and someone said, oh, the judge said, oh, you guys forgot to fill out something pretty crucial here because the damages page was left blank. And the attorneys had a little sidebar, and then the judge sent the jury back to fill in the damages. Ann Jeanette just sat down next to me. Ann Jeanette, tell me what's going on in there. What was the vibe? What's going on?
Well, I think the vibe was, everybody, we're told that we're not allowed to talk to anybody in there, which, we're news people, so, and we're just human beings,
Right.
So that's really difficult. So we got kind of shushed. But it was interesting because it was kind of heavy. Like, Amber Heard walked in, she kind of greeted her attorneys, wearing a black dress. Her hair kind of pulled back loosely. This is different from a lot of the times we've seen her come in with the braids. I couldn't see whether she smiled or anything like that, but she came in. Obviously, we know Johnny Depp had previously scheduled concerts with Jeff Beck in London, so he's not here.
Right.
He's watching, we're told, from the UK. So they came in, the jury walked in, they took their seats. They kind of just looked around slightly, not a lot. And then they just kind of focused on the judge. Judge Karate calls the lawyers up. She says, you have to assign damages. I think I can safely say if they didn't assign damages and they were supposed to, they found defamatory statements, right?
Right. That's what we have been saying, and Linda agrees with you too. Tell me, first of all, who's in the courtroom in the audience? Is it a mix of media and regular people, onlookers? Is it completely packed?
It's not as packed as it could be or as it has been. Like, there have been a lot of days where it's just
Johnny's
totally
not there.
packed.
He's the big star.
I was sitting next to a reporter from the
what?
UK, another reporter from
Really
Courthouse News. We're just, we've talked a lot during this case. We saw some of the local, I would call like more local Depp fans here.
So
I didn't see any Amber Heard supporters up there. That doesn't mean there might not have been one or two there, but I did not see them. And, it's just kind of like, I felt like everybody's just kind of sitting there. They're waiting for the big news.
Yeah. It's like almost like a false alarm. You came back out here. Does that mean you don't think they're going to be back for a bit?
I just felt I should come out here. And sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath.
Yeah, and Ann has her tennis shoes on, by the way. So she is out running for you guys to get you everything you need to know. And don't forget, it's close to 100 degrees out.
Yeah, it's 100 degrees. And I swapped the sandals for the Brooks, sneakers. So, but I ran out of there as everybody else did, got on the elevator, came out. They obviously have set things up much differently now at the press conference area, and they've put up the,
but
I forget what you call them, not barricades, but, the little they've set it up so that the attorneys can walk out in a civilized manner and not be swarmed by people.
Because there's barricades because they don't want people rushing them, and those barricades have been set up since yesterday in anticipation.
But this more looks like this looks like almost like a red carpet or something. This is different than the barricades. This is like in front of the courthouse doors, and it's those things where you can kind of unhook the thing, the little ribbon thing, and you can unhook it.
Both sides
and they have those, and there are fans on both sides. So there are Depp supporters, it appears, on both sides.
Right, and we're showing our viewers that picture outside the courthouse right now. So, and by the way, I just want to say to everyone who's tuned in right now, we've got 2.7 million people watching us on YouTube. Thank you.
My goodness.
Feel free to send in your questions because while we wait, we want to answer more of your viewer questions. We've got, once again, our all-star panel. Linda Kenny Bodden's with us in the studio. We've got other guests joining us. Obviously, Anjanette is here, so keep sending us your questions. And we are here to answer them. Now, it's funny, you say it's almost like a red carpet. These lawyers have really attained celebrity status over the last 6 plus, going on 7 weeks of this trial. I mean, Camille Vasquez now has fans from all over. Talk a little bit about that, about sort of like the status that these lawyers have earned during this trial.
Yeah, and Ben Chu especially and Camille Vasquez have become celebrities. TikTok started making videos about both of them. There have been plenty of moments in this trial that were comical, despite the very serious subject matter being discussed. But there have been some amusing moments, and they have become stars in their own right. They've become almost legal superstars. So they've become celebrities. There have been times out here when they've left court where I actually felt a little bit concerned because I felt like even
toe to toe and argue and fight, we're back. So we're going to go ahead with the verdict because I want to know. I want to hear this. I got to hear this. So let's get back to it. The moment we all been waiting for. Hopefully. And let's face it, also, I want to also add that her lawyers, in my opinion, they weren't good. They were not good because they didn't have, they had pseudo experts. Most of all their, all of their paperwork was based on, hearsay and not really followed up by any, evidence, by experts. They had experts that came on that really didn't have the credentials to be named experts after you listen to the other side's credentials. So it was just stuff like that. I mean, they had the plaintiff had forensic specialists. Hello, John. These comments are rolling on the network is crazy.
All right, Mr. Foreperson, is this the verdict of the jury?
Yes.
All right, and is it unanimous? Thank you, sir. Jamie?
In civil case number CL 2019-2911, Mr. Depp's claim against Ms. Heard. 1. As to the statement appearing in the online op-ed entitled, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition, quote, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Yes.
Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes.
Yes.
Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp? Answer, yes.
Yes.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
All right.
2, as to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled, A Transformative Moment for Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes.
Ooh.
Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp?
Yes.
Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Wow.
3, as to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled, A Transformative Moment for Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of this statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice?
Yes,
Answer,
justice has been served. Seriously. I mean,
As against
she
Amber
proved it.
Heard, we, the jury,
She lied.
award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million.
Oh, okay.
As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million.
15.
In civil case number CL 2019-2911, Ms. Heard's claim against Mr. Depp. 1. As to this statement, appearing in the April 8, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. 2. As to this statement appearing in the April 27, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt did not do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation?
No.
Answer, yes.
Oh.
Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, Mr. Waldman, while acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, made or published the statement? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was seen by someone other than Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven by clear and convincing evidence that the statement by Mr. Waldman was made with actual malice? Answer, yes. 3. As to this statement appearing in the April 27th, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, we've reached the beginning of the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
Does either side wish to have the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jamie?
Members of the jury, if this is your verdict, please answer yes. If this is not your verdict, please answer no.
Yes, that's
Juror number 6.
13 million.
Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 15.
Yes.
Juror number 16.
Yes.
Juror number 22.
Or is it 17?
Juror number 27. Juror number 29.
Yes.
I do find that the jury's verdict is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your service in this case. I want to thank you again for your dedication and your hard work during this trial. And I know I speak for everybody here when I tell you that we appreciate your sacrifices and your time and your public service in this matter, okay? So I'm going to have you go back to the jury deliberation room for one more time, and then we'll release you from there, okay? All right, thank you.
They won. Johnny won. Woo! Yes, he won, and he did win too. Actual justice was actually prevailed here. Doesn't always happen, but at least for the other Hugh. But in this case, Johnny won, and that's good. He deserved
All
it.
right. Okay. In accordance with law, I will amend the punitive damages award to the statutory cap of $350,000 on Mr. Depp's award, okay?
Mr. Depp got 300.
I will set this down for entry of an order.
Wow.
And can we do it on June 24th at 10 a.m. if that's available? All right, so Mr. Chu, if you could prepare that order and then circulate it to Ms. Butterhoff, and we can have all the objections noted on it. All right?
Wow.
We'll do that, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, and if I get it before that date, I'll take it off the docket, okay? All right, again, thank you to all the attorneys for your professionalism, and you're welcome to come to my courtroom anytime. Well, give me a few weeks, but then you can come anytime, okay? All right,
Your Honor.
court is adjourned.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, justice was served in this case, really. She did not prove that he had touched her in any way. 5 or 6 years, and you don't have a picture? No, I'm sorry. When somebody's beaten, you can get a picture in 1 hour, in half a minute. You know, it's just not feasible. It's just not feasible. So, yeah, she lost. You know, that's a lot of money. You know, so I just hope Johnny doesn't, go party and live it up. I hope he learned his lesson about, drinking and drugging, because he was sitting on here. They was making him look really bad. And, if I was sitting there, I would be feeling like, boy, I have to stop. Not only that, he was just, killing himself, basically. So, some of the people that got up there, the experts that talked about the drugs he was taking and the mixtures and that sort of thing, more lethal. And, he really and truly, should be worried. So if I were him, he seems like he's been clean this whole 6 weeks and longer. So, stay with that and get yourself together and, be happy for the victory and be happy that your name can be restored and hopefully your star can go back up. And poor Amber, I don't know where she's going to come up with that kind of money, but, it's not our problem. When you go up and lie and make stuff up to get money, because that was all it was. That kind of thing falls back on you. So I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and again, I'm thankful. I'm thankful to you guys, and I'm thankful for the fact that justice really did prevail here. So anyway, I will be back in a little bit for another episode of CPA Advocate. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Goodbye.